it's so funny because we're talking about Warcry all the time and how people are playing and not playing it. And then every now and again, I'll have conversations with people like at tournaments or, in the street. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, like,
You run into someone. Oh, do you know about Warcry? Why are you chasing me, Demetrius? Why?
no, like I talk about Warcry entirely too much. I bring it into work conversations, like all kinds of things. When people are like, so what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I play Warcry. They're like, no, I mean for work. I'm like, who cares about work? This
I play
is
Warcry. What are
important.
you talking about? Is there anything else?
Exactly. But people will be like, oh yeah, no, I know Warcry, and I'm like, what? Continue. They'll be like, oh yeah, our pals play every like weekend, and there's a group of like 10 people. I'm like, what?
Yeah, where
And
did you
there's
come
these
from?
little Yeah, there's these little islands of Warcry, and sometimes it's exactly the kind of people you were talking about that play. Oh yeah, we play our first edition war bands
Yeah,
with the cards like once every month, and we
yeah.
have done that for the last 3 years. It's
Mhm.
like, whoa,
Why
you
haven't you
guys,
been like talking to anyone else in the community?
I know,
Uh,
right?
yeah. Or Jam says, I think all this uncertainty and silence would feel less bad if I had a local scene that played anything either than 40k and Kill Team. Well, that's it, right? So the thing about that is you'll always find people to play 40k with. And I think you'll always find people to play Kill Team with as an extension because 40k is part of that world. But yeah, like it's almost like when we're talking about local Warcry scenes, they kind of just seem to keep to themselves. It's really weird. Like I've done a bunch of polling with the community, right? And most people in the community are kind of just playing. They're playing Warcry the way they want to play it, and they're not super vocal, and they kind of just do it, right? They might play a couple of games every few months or whatever. And these people are out there, and I think these people make up like a way bigger percentage of the community than we think they do, and that we
Mm,
generally give credit for. Because like generally online, we're like, oh yeah, the competitive community is what it is, blah 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 blah. But the reality is that most of people playing Warcry aren't playing in a competitive sense, um, and
mm,
they're just playing it for fun. And for me, the biggest challenge is to get those people who are playing Warcry basically for fun, get them engaged with stuff like match play and events and that kind of thing. And then you have a game that grows and a community that grows.